Well, hello, I am Nurhamida Anar. In this occasion, I would like to talk about Lapmaya boiling point elevation experiment tool design reconstruction. Well, the rapid development of ICT information, communication, and technology has been utilized in every field of our life, including education. For example, virtual laboratory, where nowadays we can find many virtual laboratories such as Lab Exchange, Praxi Labs, ABO Labs, Chem Collective, and many other. The Ministry of Education and Culture of Indonesia has organized one virtual laboratory that web-based virtual laboratory can be accessed free and easily by anyone. In this platform, we can find the simulation of boiling points elevation experiment, where this is one of the subtopic of colligative properties, where this topic is based on experiment, so that experiment play an important role to learn this topic. In this simulation, using an open beaker as a container for substance, as well know, the solvent in open air or open container can evaporate and even more in boiling state, so that it will reduce the solvent volume. And automatically it will impact the concentration of the solution as well as the boiling point elevation, as we can see from the equation of boiling point elevation. So that we need more realistic virtual laboratory, especially for essential aspect of the experiment, such as tools that used and the procedures and also the experiment results. So this study aimed to test the accuracy of the construction of the tools used in the LabMaya simulation boiling point elevation experiment, and they reconstruct the experimental tools used to obtain more realistic experiments and prevent students from misconception. And in this study, the research procedure that had done is boiling points experiment of 100 milliliter distilled water by using two construction of tool. First is based on the LabMaya tool construction and using variation of beaker volume. And then the second one is using reconstruction tool by using the two neck flask connected with condenser. And in this study, we use variation of condenser. And the data that got from the experiment analyzed by using one-way ANOVA and two key tests for the first construction, and then Kruskal-Wallis for the second construction or reconstruction tool. And then for comparison of both of the construction, using Mann-Whitney t-test. Well, this is the picture of both of construction, the LabMaya tool construction and the reconstruction tool. And then from the LabMaya tool construction, we got that the average solvent reduction from the variation of beaker volume is more than 20%. And the construction of the tool greatly affect the experimental result. And the inaccuracy of the tool will lead to the misconception. And from one-way ANOVA test result, we can find that the significance of this variation of beaker volume is under 5%. So it means the difference is significant. And from the tool reconstruction or the second construction of the experiment, we can find that the sequence of condensers that are better at keeping the amount of solvent constant are spiral, Levick, and Ficrex respectively. And from Kruskal-Wallis test result, we can find that the difference is not significant, but we can conclude from the mean rank of Kruskal-Wallis test that the spiral condenser is the most appropriate for use in the boiling points elevation experiment, because with this condenser, the solvent is remains constant 100 milliliters. And to compare the LabMaya tool construction and then the reconstruction tool using the best variation tool from each construction, which are Baker 100 milliliter volume and then condenser Graham or spiral. And from the Min-Whitney test, we can find that there is the significant difference between both of the construction. So at the end of this speech, I want to conclude that the use of appropriate instrumentation is an important aspect in the development of virtual laboratory, and tools that is used in this boiling point elevation experiment of the LabMaya is not appropriate because it causes a significant reduction in the amount of solvent. And tests on the reconstructed apparatus in this study using a two-neck flask connected to a spiral condenser proved to be able to maintain the amount of solvent so that it did not change the concentration and cause the misconception. Well, that's all. Thank you.